Hi there, my name is Morgan Risden, and I'm the creator of Center Studio, where I teach people skills to feel more comfortable more often. Now, typically when I first start working with a student, be it individual lessons or group classes, I usually like to start their learning with this concept that I refer to as waking up. So going from this state of unconscious thinking to a more conscious state of thinking. So for most of us, our thoughts are habitual, they're on autopilot, and we're not really present. So it's taking all of those unconscious thoughts and bringing them to a more active, conscious state of being in the present moment with our thinking. And this can be very helpful because when you're present, you have a sense of what's happening in the here and now. And you get to decide, how am I reacting to situations? And do I want to respond a little differently? And a great example of this actually was this weekend. So my daughters earn stickers. My husband and I reward our daughters when they're doing a good job of listening, etc., by accumulating all of these stickers, and then they get some sort of a reward. And for this particular stickers, they had to get a boatload of them because these stickers won them sort of like the reward of going to Great Wolf Lodge. So an overnight trip at this sort of theme park. It's like an indoor water park. For those of you who don't know, it's like got bowling and putt-putt. It's like a child's favorite place to go on earth, like a dreamland for a child, maybe a parent's worst nightmare. And so we took our children there and we're inside of the water park, the indoor water park. They've got a wave pool, they've got tons of tubes and slides and like a river, tube thing happening. So lots of stuff is going on. And what I observed in this environment was that all of the parents were sort of in what Alexander technique teachers refer to as a startle pattern. They're in this sort of fight or flight state where they're sort of nervous about like, is my kid gonna, come down the slide and hit another kid? Or is my kid gonna slip on the concrete and hurt themselves? Like everybody's sort of on high alert, watching their kids, taking count of their kids, making sure they're safe. And what was so interesting about this, friends, was that it was in direct opposition to how the kids were. The children were having a blast. They were open and free and easy. Most of them were actually like exploring, and you could tell that there was a lot of discovery, and they were very much present and very much consciously living. And the parents, it seemed, were just sort of in reactive mode. They were sort of holding their breath, waiting for something to happen, tightening their shoulders, anticipating there was going to be like a crash or a cry, etc. And it's not that you're never going to do that, okay? It's not that you're not going to tighten and stress out in these sorts of environments, but you'll just know that that's happening, right? You'll know, I'm holding my breath to see if does she slip on that? Okay, no, she didn't. And then you let it go. And, my kid is coming down the slide. I push my shoulders up to my ears, and then, she didn't run into that kid because their parent swooped him out of the way at the end of the slide, right? So if you're noticing your reactions to the stressful environment, then you have a conscious choice of, do I stay like that? And for most people, when you're on autopilot and when you're unconscious, friends, you don't know that that's happening, right? How many times have you found yourself in an awkward position sitting and watching something on your couch, and then all of a sudden you're like, that was so uncomfortable. Like, why was I there for the last 30 minutes? Because you were unconscious. You weren't really in the present moment checking in with how you're feeling. And it doesn't mean that you have to do it all the time. I'm just going to say, let's do it most of the time. How about come back to how you're feeling? How are you using yourself? Where is your body in time and space? And for me, I thought the water park was a wonderful place to be because it reminded me of, my kids are so free, I could be free too. So even if you don't have kids, I'm sure you have a situation in your life where you're unconsciously living your life and responding to stressful things happening, and you can apply the same thinking. Can I become more conscious, and can I wake up my thinking to figure out, I'm tightening my steering wheel when I'm sitting in traffic because I'm thinking about something else? Or can I bring myself back to this moment and notice I've been holding my breath as I'm listening to a conversation, or let go of my shoulders as I'm hearing somebody talk to me about something very stressful? Come back to the present moment and be more conscious in your thinking so that you can find ways to feel more comfortable every day. Okay? Until next time, my friends, take care. Ciao.